boy Rock, and we back with another live, man. Make sure y'all own y'all own shit at all times. You already know the vibes. But hey, I told y'all we gonna be grinding with the lives. We gonna be back in our bag with the lives because we went MIA for a minute. Now we back in our bag. We about to be, going consistent with the lives. We gonna come in with some great topics. You feel me? And last topic was a good joint. We did it yesterday. So y'all that ain't catch that live yesterday, make sure y'all go tap into the live yesterday. I was talking about I was facing the hardest time of my life. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mariah, what's good? You came in straight up soon as we started, you feel me? We lit. But yeah, so y'all see the title, why people obsessed with being traumatized, man. Like, this is one of them topics I had wrote down in my notes for a minute. Like, I had this joint in there a minute ago. Yo, Ari, what's good, man? Hey, y'all see my posts on Instagram. If y'all ain't following me on Instagram, follow me at TimelessRoc Music. I posted that we gonna have the Broadway Belly Boot Gala, the 3rd annual Broadway Belly Boot Gala. I almost did the 2 joint, whatever. But yeah, it's the 3rd annual, and I'm back. So make sure y'all tap into my Instagram post. I gotta also put the link in my bio. Ari Belly Boot. Everybody that don't know Ari Belly Boot, she the owner of that organization, Broadway Belly Boot organization. And she been putting together a whole music fest for the last 3 years. So it's been lit. Make sure y'all tap in with her as well. You feel me? People obsessed with being traumatized because they rather keep their mind in the past. They keep their head in the loop. Yeah, and they keep their head in the loop of trauma. That's a fact. So this is the example I wanted to give because I remember it was this lyric going crazy. I don't know what it was or whatever, but I remember everybody kept saying like, "Oh, I could be at my wedding and still not trust him or trust her, whoever." And I was like, bro, that's a fact. All right, definitely come see the show. I got to put the ticket link in my bio, but definitely we gonna talk more on that too. All right, you feel me? But yeah, it's like like they be like, oh, I could be at a wedding and still not trust them. Like, it's like, that's trauma. Why don't you trust somebody? It's because of things that was done in the past. Like Mariah said, people be having their head stuck in the past. You don't trust somebody because of things that happened in the past. So it's like, but it's like it was glorified. This was something, this quote that whoever said that quote was something that everybody was talking about. People started reposting it, saying facts, women talking about period and all that, da da da. Like, it was cool. Yo, Scrape, there he is, my guy, man. What's good, bro? But yeah, I saw your message. You said you ain't gonna be able to be here long, bro. I appreciate you pulling up. That's all that matters. Make sure you hit a like too for me, Brody. We back in our live bag, So y'all know when y'all hit like, yo, Paul, what's good, Brody? We got the gang all here. You feel me? But yeah, when y'all hit that like on the live, it help YouTube know like, yo, this is good. This is good content. We gotta get that out there. But yeah, y'all that ain't seen my live, Paul and Scrape, y'all ain't seen my live from yesterday. Y'all can check that out too a little bit. So that y'all can see what I was talking about yesterday. I was facing the hardest time of my life, and basically why I was explaining why I ain't go live in a long time, and the whole content switching and all that stuff. I explained all that in the last live. I missed what you said. The live was loading up with parts. So yeah, like the quote. So like, people, they love being traumatized. So many people obsessed with being traumatized. So like, it was like a quote, and somebody was like, I could be at my wedding and still not trust a nigga or trust a woman, whoever. And everybody like, period, facts, like, that's true. Like, I can't trust. And it's like, bro, it was something that was being glorified. Like, everybody was like, yeah, that's facts. And it's like, why? That's, you not trusting somebody, that's trauma. It's like you traumatized from something that happened in your life, period. Like before, like you said, their head stuck in the past. So something that happened from somebody might have did them crazy, somebody from before that they done dealing with, but they carry that with them, and it becomes this thing that's like glorified. It's cool. Like, I always talk about like being from the hood, right? So I'm from the hood. People in that joint getting killed. People in that joint robbing people, doing all this crazy stuff, right? And you become desensitized to it. So like, where I'm from, that stuff become normal. It's like, it's whatever. Like, that just happens. Somebody get killed. People might grieve for a second, and then they move on. Somebody might get robbed. It's like, we laughing at it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this is something that when you get out of that space, right? So like, when I left the city I'm from, hold on, let me see. Oh, it says somebody message was held for review. I don't know why it look all glitched. But yeah, when I left from where I was from, I realized like, damn, dog, that shit not cool. That's not normal. And even things like, certain things mentally that I deal with still from where I come from, wherever I experienced growing up, I realized that these are things that I still experience, I still think about. And I'm like, a lot of the time we see TV shows where people getting killed, people getting robbed, selling dope. We all know, and we like the shows. I like the shows, I'm gonna be honest. But it's like this thing that's glorified. It's cool. Everybody like it. It's like, yes, this is cool. You cool if you do this, right? So it's like you kind of want to hold on to the trauma that you got from whatever it is, that bad experience. You kind of want to hold on to it because it's looked at as cool. And it's like, nah, bro, it's not cool. And it's like, so people become obsessed with being traumatized in a sense so that they can carry that with them and they can hold these scars. We talk about having scars, you know what I'm saying? You know, physical scars, mental scars. We talk about these things and we look at it like, okay, you know, it's cool. Like I said, being from the trench, like I say, yo, you from the hood, it's damn near like you get military training, but you just, you know, it's just from being in the hood. But it's like, come on, that's not cool, bro. It's like you realize it's really trauma. It's not just, it's not cool, bro. You shouldn't have to look over your shoulder all the time. But people want that. People obsessed with being traumatized. Even on social media, people carry on that trauma. That's a fact. Scrape said, "Hey man, I know I only been here for 5 minutes, bro, but I'm on vacation with the family members, so I can't really stay, bro. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, my guy. Scrape. I'm gonna be back on the lives, bro. It's cool, you know. You ain't gotta be here for every single one. You know, I'm gonna always be here. I'm gonna always be going live, man. Enjoy your vacation with your family. You feel me? Stay safe out there. I appreciate you for pulling up, even though you said it was only for 5 minutes. It's all good, bro. You solid. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your time, bro. But yeah, like people will carry on that trauma. Yo, Mariah, expound on that. I want to hear more. I promise I'll be here for the next, man. It's all good, bro. It's great. You good, bro. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here all the time. You know, I ain't going nowhere, bro. I appreciate you pulling up, my guy. But yeah, Mariah, go ahead. I want you to expand on that. You know what I'm saying? You said people carry that trauma in on social media. I want you to expand on that. Let me know a little bit more about that. You know what you mean by that, and then you know we can talk about it. But that's a fact, though. I feel what you're saying. It's crazy. Like it's so many things that we don't even recognize as trauma. Like it be the littlest things. Like anybody notice that maybe somebody that maybe used to ask you for something all the time, or typically when this person hits you up, it's typically bad news or something like that. And now it's like anytime you get a text message from this person, you look at your phone. You look at your phone, and it's like you feel this like your heart start racing a little bit, even though you ain't seen the message yet. You know, your heart kind of drop. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like one of those things that's like, you know, it's tied to whatever. However, whenever that person will hit you up, you typically will feel stressed, or you'll feel, you know, fear or uncomfort, you know, or, you know, some type of panic. And so now when they hit you up, you're traumatized. So you constantly feel these emotions. And sometimes I look over it. You know, we all got those situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's normal, but it's like we got to identify these things as trauma, and we need to figure out how can I work through that. You know what I'm saying? Look, I already know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got those people, bro, and it's stressful. But it's like, you know, you just got to identify it, man. Like, yo, this is trauma. I ain't really feeling that. And that's something I've been learning, man. Like all this stuff. Like I said, being from the hood, growing up there. When I grew up in the hood, you get desensitized to it. We always talk about it. People getting murdered all the time, all these type of crazy stuff, right? And we kind of get desensitized to it where it's like, this is just life. And then later on, we realize, like, I got out of that now, right? So now I'm looking at this like, you know, this is not cool. And then when I hit people up from the city I'm from, I'm like, yo, hey, yo, I appreciate everybody pulling up to the live, man. Make sure y'all drop a like on the live. You know, it help YouTube push the live and the algorithm, let them know it's good content. Y'all tapping in. Also, if y'all ain't comment yet, man, make sure y'all go ahead and comment. Let me know where y'all watching from. All that good stuff, you feel me? I appreciate everybody pulling up. You know firsthand. Hell yeah. Ari, you know, you running a whole organization. So I know you putting on shows. I'm sure it's people that want to be a part of the show that's hitting you up on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stressful. And then just in life, family, friends, all these types of stuff, you know, we deal with that. Yeah, so people like telling other people what trauma they experience, and they share what other people could do in that situation, and it goes in a cycle. Yeah, for example, they tell someone to cut this person off, and they without communication. They just giving bad advice because they're traumatized. That's a fact. Yeah, like, yeah, you start losing hope in people. Like, you start saying, oh, this happened to me. Like, this was my experience with that. Like, I tried to communicate with somebody, and it was a waste of time. And so I'm going to just tell you, it's going to be a waste of time. Don't do it. Don't hit them up. Don't try to communicate. Just cut them off. And, you know, I had to learn that, too. Like, I remember I see people, they'll be talking to a friend that they might have knew their whole life. And when they knew them their whole life, they talking about the friend did something that bothered them, right? And then they're like, I'm cutting that person off, and they don't give them an explanation, and they say, I don't owe you an explanation, or they don't owe anybody an explanation. The way I look at it, bro, if you love somebody, you got a lot of experience with somebody, like you've been with this person for a long time in your life, you consider that person family. Maybe they are really family, but if they not, it's like your brother or your sister that y'all so close. You owe that person an explanation, even if you don't feel like it. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like if I call you my brother or I call you my sister, if I decide I want to cut you off, I feel like I owe you an explanation out of respect, because maybe I was trying to communicate with you. I was trying to figure out, okay, how can we move past certain things? How can we, how can whatever, how can I resolve whatever I'm feeling about whatever you did or whatever came between us in any way? Now I want to figure out how can I get to that. And I tried so many times and it just wouldn't work out. And you will keep disrespecting me and pushing my boundaries, right? Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna cut you off, and I don't want, I don't want to talk to you, but I do owe you an explanation why I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I do. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say I called you my brother. Like just yeah, exactly. Like I can't say I called you my brother, I called you my sister, whatever, and then I'm gonna just stop talking to you. Like imagine that. Like imagine somebody you was talking to every single day. You know what I'm saying? You just randomly stop talking to them. That's super immature. That's childish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you imagine that. Even relationships. Like, imagine you with somebody. This is your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and you just ghost them. You've been with them 5 years. Like, that's kid shit. That's shit that you would do when you 10, 15, 12. You're a kid. But people really do that. People do that to this day. People be 25. They'll ghost somebody they've been with 25, or I said 25 years. They'll ghost somebody they've been with 4 years, 3 years. It's crazy, bro. Or friends even. Like, it's like, I can't, come on, bro. You owe that person an explanation. You can't just disappear from that person's life. Like, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but, that's childish. Yeah, I've been ghosted plenty of times without explanation. And that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. But that just lets you know a lot about who that person is. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, man. And I always say it too, man. I'll be like, man, when people do certain grimy things, you got to realize that when people say, oh, they going to show you who they really are, you got to believe them for that. That's true. Like, you really do got to believe them for who they are. Like, if somebody disrespects you in a crazy way, they got no respect for you, and they, that's who they are, and they'll do it again. So even if they apologize, they'll do it again. You know what I'm saying? You might want to see the better in them. It's a fact, but they'll do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think, if you really respect somebody, you love them. We all get pissed off. We all have our ups and downs with people. We going to have our fallouts. Everybody do, right? But there's still boundaries you're not going to cross. Like, you might say, oh, I said that because I was mad. But it's like, no, you're not going to say certain things. You're not going to cross certain boundaries out of respect for that person. You know what I'm saying? You're not. And so when they do stuff like that, you understand, like, yo, this is who that person is. They're disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's not somebody I even want to be around. Sure will. That's a fact. All right. Like, it's like, yeah, like, people will show you exactly who they are in your life. And that'd be the type of people that you'll realize that, yeah, they really are just here for a season. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more. Like, it's people in my life that I learned from, like, that maybe we didn't have a great situation. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to learn something from that experience that I'm going to be able to take with me for life, no matter what it is. It could have been something small. It could have been something big. And it might be like, I'd never talk to that person again. But I could take something positive from the situation. I can look back at that and be like, certain things I do today is because of that experience. You know what I'm saying? So everybody here, some people here for a season, some people here forever. And it's like, you got to realize, like, when you think about a puzzle, we all a puzzle, and, you get people in your life that fit perfectly in that puzzle. You know what I'm saying? It'd be that missing piece. And some people might have just been, trying to think of an example of something that could have just been there for a second. I don't know. Somebody could have helped you find that piece. Somebody could have helped you, maybe if you did a puzzle before, you might have lost the last piece or something. Somebody might have helped you locate that piece. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're able to finish and you good. Also, people be thinking about the event over and over as if it will help their mental process on the event that happened and help them understand why it happened. Yeah, I feel you. Like, I don't know, man. It's tough, man. Like, I don't know. Like, give me some examples of that, Mariah. You know, you ain't gotta go too personal, but yeah, you know, just give me some examples of that. But that's a fact. Yeah, like, I don't know. Sometimes people will want to lean into trauma. Sometimes they feel like they get an edge or they get some grit from it. I feel it. I think the biggest thing is like everything we do in life, everything about everybody is caused because of certain things they experience. So like certain trauma, I don't know. It's crazy. So I think every time when you realize you do certain things, you can look back into your past, your childhood, and all that, and you can realize, okay, hold up, this is where that came from. This is because of that. I'm doing this. Now it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Like, say if you're a person that always show up for people, you might have been a person that in your past at some point people just wasn't showing up for you, and you knew how that felt. And so you always want to make sure, no matter what, I'm gonna always be there for whoever I say I'm gonna be there for. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing. And you know, so it came from a traumatic event, right? Like you dealt with people not showing up for you, or people saying something and never standing by their word, but you was able to flip that into a positive. But it's because of that trauma that caused it. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Like, I always say, one of the things I don't like is when people say if it's a group of people, and say it's somebody that come along, and then you look at it, you like you see this one person just doesn't seem like they're included in the conversation, or they're not included, right? So they just somebody that's, you know, you see in relationships, and it'd be a friend, somebody say they third wheeling or something, right? And it's like these people, they don't, you looking at it, or you know, or you might have been in that situation where you was the third wheel, or not even just a third wheel where you with some people that's in a relationship, but you just, it's three friends. These two are closer, and now they not really involving you in whatever they doing. They not involving you in the jokes. They over there laughing their ass off, and you just sitting there like, what's going on? Like, what's funny? Catch him up. I'm the type person, and I don't know. I still to this day, I haven't really done the work to look back and figure out where this came from, but I know I wouldn't like that. So maybe I actually been in a situation like that. I gotta go and look back and think, but I know I wouldn't like that. So I always make sure people included. You can ask anybody, like we could be in a group and somebody could have brought somebody along. I never met this person a day in my life, but everything we do, I'm, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am. I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? I've been that person that leaned into my own trauma. When I got hallucinations, I was hearing some things, so I kept thinking about it over and over, even to this day I question it. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, so see what I'm saying? So like it's like you able to take something from some traumas. Not all trauma, not all trauma could be, you know, something that's gonna hold you down or put you backwards. That lean into your own trauma. Oh yeah. So I feel what you're saying. Yeah. I think what that is, yeah, you just gotta, you know, everything is a journey. Like I said, like that might have still been fresh for you right now. So it's like everything you go through, you know what I'm saying, you still gonna work through it. It's not, as soon as you identify where it came from, you're not gonna just automatically be like, oh, I know exactly what I can do and how I can get past this and how I can flip this into a positive. You know, you gotta do the work. It's just, you know, it's through time you're gonna be able to get there. And you gonna, you know, that's key. But you actually aware, like the fact that you actually able to understand that and articulate it through a comment and all that, like, you know what I'm saying, that's work. And you know, over time you'll get to a place that you exactly want to be. Y'all know I gotta have my water and everything. Y'all know I'm known for the water. I never forget when I did that interview with Deja, right? I did an interview with Deja, and when I did the interview, she was like, she had said, what's your favorite drink? I had a water bottle with me in the interview, and I had it on the table. And one time she was like, okay, what's your favorite drink? And I was like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, high C fruit punch. And she was like, bro, if you ain't say this before I even said it, she's like, if you don't say water. But I was thinking after the fact, I would start laughing because I was like, damn, I just realized she probably was expecting me to say like some alcoholic beverage. But nah, man. Yeah, it affects your life just for the moment, but I don't let it overshadow the present and good times. That's a fact. Yeah, exactly. That's a fact. You can't. You know, and especially like what I said with the example of like people would be like, oh, they at their wedding, they could be at their wedding and still not trust somebody. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? That's trauma, and they not moving from it. They refuse to move from it, and that's terrible. You know what I'm saying? They making it affect they future decisions, they present decisions based on something that happened in the past. So that's something that, yeah, you can't let it affect you in a sense. Like, of course you can use certain things as, you know, awareness. Like, of course you don't want to put yourself in the same situation again. Like, if it was something that wasn't a good experience, you want to work hard to learn from that and not be in that same position. Maybe you don't want to trust certain people at a certain level, in the sense of like, you know, it just depends. It depends on what it is. But I do feel like when people would say, oh, they don't trust a certain person that they with based on something that happened before, it's like, you don't know this person. Now, yes, you can tell that person that. You can, like, you know, explain certain things and, you know, be honest and communicate, open up a little bit, and, you know, y'all can work through that together. But I don't feel like you should put people in the negative. And what I mean by that is, you could look at every relationship we got in our life as like people have points in a sense. It's subconscious because you don't really look at it like, oh, you know, okay, that's another point for them. You know what I'm saying? But you get to certain levels where you level up in terms of like, okay, I trust this person. I can say certain things to this person. Like, we all know, like, you got people in your life that you gonna talk to, and it's like certain things you just won't talk about to an extent. Like, you're gonna stop. So like, you'll be talking and you want to go all the way into detail, but you'll stop yourself from going that extra mile, right? And it's like, of course, it's not that you don't trust this person per se, but you're a little more choosy with who you trust with your experiences and what you got going on in life. And over time, this person scores points with you, in a sense, where it's like, you start to feel a little more, okay, I can open up a little bit more about, you know, whatever I'm wanting to talk about. And yeah, that's really that. But, you know, you don't want to start somebody off in the negative, is what I mean. Like, where it's like, instead of them starting at zero, you know, you starting everybody at -2, -5, and then they got to work hard to even get out of the negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of it just being y'all building, they working hard to get out of the negative that they didn't even cause. It was just caused by whoever before them. And that's not cool, bro. Nobody want to be in that situation. When you're in that situation, you're going to be like, bro, I might as well just move on to somebody. I might as well just be cool with somebody else. This ain't going to happen. This ain't going to work. You know? But yeah, like you said, like, you know, yeah, you got to let it, you know, it's going to affect your life. You know, this is the thing. Trauma is real. We talked about that so much already in this live. Like, trauma is real. You know, you going to have things that happen that you going to, you know, feel away about, and it's going to affect you going forward. Like I said, a lot of the time it's subconscious, but then as you just do the work and you start to experience, okay, I keep doing this. Why? And you see a lot of people go to therapy and everything. As I've been getting older, I've been starting to be like, damn, therapy is not a bad thing. And I never really looked at it as bad, but it was like, you know, growing up, like I said, man, where I come from, man, a lot of the time we get on people about everything, the dumbest stuff, right? And so, like, for some reason, I remember growing up, I would just think, oh man, trauma, or not trauma, therapy is like, it seemed like something that only people who really messed up mentally would do, right? But then you realize that, nah, bro. Like, I was just having this conversation with my guy one day. Like, it was like he was talking about like people be going to therapy, and he kind of had that same mentality as me, in a sense, where he was like, you know, damn, people be going to therapy, they must be fucked up and all that, right? But I was like, nah, bro. Like, I look at it like I was saying to y'all, like, life is a constant journey where we just gonna continue to learn about ourselves, right? And I look at therapy as like, when you were the therapist, this is a person who's trained, right? They know the right questions to ask. They know how to, you know, certain things like that, where you just get to learn more about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I have conversations with people that's not even therapists, of course, and you know, they'll ask a question, and I just be like I'm big on, like, I want to learn more about myself and just life in general, right? People. And so whenever somebody drop a gem like that on me, man, I'm big on, like, you know, I'm gonna give them their flowers for it. You know what I'm saying? And I love taking those and just, you know, being able to apply it in my life. I like being able to, damn, now I can look at, you know, I can look at you know, whenever I feel like something else is going on, I'm able to look at that, and I can use whatever they just said in ways to try to identify certain traumas. You know what I'm saying? I might have ran myself in a little circle right there, but I hope y'all was able to take something from that real shit. But yeah, you know, but yeah, trauma's a real thing. It was some other shit I wanted to talk about, like what's a trauma that y'all think that a lot of people sit with that they think is cool? It's like kind of glorified, and it's in a sense where they gotta you know, where they kind of keep that trauma, they hold on to it because they think it's cool. Like I said, we talked about the trusting people, rather it's relationships and friends, whatever. We talked about um we talked about being from the hood, right? That cool street hard mentality. I'm gonna do my mental issues and therapy. That was people that was just simply going through a lot in life. Therapy can be for anybody. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like just somebody to talk to, somebody that know how to ask the right questions. Like I always talked about for me as a person, I've always typically been really good at asking the right questions and then also giving the advice, something that I can make people think about something a completely different way where they're gonna be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You could lead a conversation, you know, thinking about something a completely different way. Like just like that therapy thought. Like I said, I was talking to my guy and I was like, yo, you know, I probably changed the way he looked at therapy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like it having this stigma behind it of like, oh man, I must be messed up if I feel like I gotta go to therapy. The first step of any therapy is that you gotta be self-aware. You gotta know what is it that's something that what's bothering you. Or you know what I'm saying? Like what is it? So it's like you gotta be self-aware in a sense to even go to therapy. And then you gotta understand you gotta move past that whole stigma of like, oh nah, only like weird people, crazy people go there. Like, nah, bro, that's not true at all. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons that you can go to therapy. But nah, Mariah, drop everybody in the comments, man. Drop some type of trauma that you see people stick with and they just hold on to. You know what I'm saying? That like rather it's like glorified by everybody or like for some reason, I don't know, just for some reason they just won't let it go and they just let it affect them in ways that it, it's going to change their entire life. It's going to put them in a place where they really can't grow in certain regards because of how they hold on to certain traumas. You know what I'm saying? Drop some comments on that. Feel me? But nah, this has been a fire live though. We definitely dropped a lot of game, you know. People hold on to past conversations and arguments. See, and like when it comes to that stuff, right? So like say if you I know you what you basically talking about is like say if it's somebody in particular, right? So say if it's a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a best friend, a cousin, right? So you had certain arguments with this person, right? I get what you're saying where it's like, you know, people look at, you know, where people, I don't know, they kind of like, they hold on to things like, it's like, oh, if you piss me off about that thing, they don't know how to move past it. And then you feel like you trying to build this or whatever. Maybe you did do something that you felt hurt their feelings, right? Or whatever. And then they want to hold on to it. And maybe sometimes you feel like, man, why am I still working so hard to try to build this instead of just moving on? So when it comes to relationships, like it's like if you're not gonna move on from that, I might as well just move on, right? Because it's like you exerting a lot of energy trying to regain their trust or regain, you know, whatever. People hold on to past conversations and arguments. Yeah, it's tough. That's one of those things that a lot of people can hold on to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. But like I said, I mean, it's extensive with that too, man. Like, everybody got their boundaries, you know what I'm saying? And not everybody is open to have conversations that open up and, like, to be able to open up super deep and, like, have certain conversations. Not a lot of people made for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, you can't really blame everybody. Everybody got different experiences. Everybody got, different ways of moving. Like, so it's like, Not everybody be open to really communicating. Like I said it before. I forget where I was at. Where I was like, I ain't really. Oh, it was in the video I had. It was the hot seat video that I made with Kay. Like it was like you know, a lot of people say communicate, but a lot of people don't. I didn't even know what that meant for real. Like, yeah, okay, talk. We gonna talk, but it's like I didn't really know what that meant. Like, okay, let's communicate. I didn't really know what that really meant. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's about, yeah, like you just gotta open up. What is it? Like I always say to people, like, if you talking to somebody, you know, if they do something that bother you or something is bothering you, period, don't, like, a lot of the time we'll hold it in. We won't want to really talk about it because we like, I don't want to hurt that person's feelings. And if I say this, it's gonna hurt that person's feelings. But the more you holding it in, you realize it's hurting yourself more than them, right? Because they don't know, they just doing them, right? So they just whatever. If you don't tell them it's bothering you, they just keep doing it, right? So then it's like a lot of people will hold that in because they don't want to hurt their feelings. I always say, bro, if something I do is bothering you, tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me deal with that. Like, I can deal with it however I'm gonna deal with it, but you gotta be honest so that you can let that off your chest, right? And then I'm gonna deal with that, and then also we can communicate together and we can deal with that. Okay, let's talk about it more. Like, okay, what did I do? Oh, damn, that wasn't even my intention. You know, this was that, this, that. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about it. But it's about, you know, and the people, certain people not mature enough or whatever it is to even have certain conversations like that because everything feels like a shot. Like, oh, you just taking shots at me and all this da da da, and it's turning into arguments. People not made for it, and it's like those are the people that I say might have been there for a season. Cause how you gonna move past certain things? Now you gonna feel bad every time you open up about something that's bothering you. You can't. That's a terrible situation to be in. Oh my God, I feel bad for anybody that's in that. Like that's horrible. But I feel you. If you never really had that experience, like I had that experience, and it was like I can't deal with that, right? So it's like, but I learned that because I had that experience. But once you go through that and then you have it and you understand, damn, you know, now it's like now you can't deal with it. Everybody, we get our own we build our standards and our our non-negotiables and everything as we go through life and just experience more people and just learn ourselves more. And people think going through trauma is the only way to make them stronger. Yeah, man, it's crazy. See, that's a great one right there. Like, that's perfect. That's a perfect example. Like, literally, people wanna damn near wanna put themselves that and look, that's trauma. That's trauma in itself. Like people sometimes feel like they can't even win unless they facing adversity to a point where they sabotage themselves and put themselves in a place that they're gonna, you know, be in a bad situation just so that they could feel like, okay, this is the only way I'm gonna be able to win. And it's like, that's horrible. That's trauma. Sometimes people don't know what it's like to be comfortable to a point that they always sabotage themselves into being in an uncomfortable situation every time. And that's horrible. Yeah, I feel like I can't open up sometimes because it's been dealt with in a negative way. See, and that's horrible. You can't, nobody should be around people like that, man. And, I mean that in the most honest way possible. Like, it's like, you can't feel like you walking on eggshells. You can't. Like, I'm the type person, bro. Everybody who know me, I'm gonna say what it is that's on my mind. If I'm gonna be on eggshells, and that's something I experienced in my life, in my past, right? Like where I felt like I couldn't open up, I couldn't express myself because it's gonna cause something like an argument or whatever. And I learned going forward, I can't be around that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? I just can't because it's like I said, if you holding on to it and you keeping it on your chest, it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt the person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm gonna feel ways about you and it's just gonna build up. Things compound. Like I'm gonna look at you different. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta let it off my chest about anything. So it's like, but nah, that trauma thing about, they wanna people will self-sabotage themselves, you know, to put themselves in situations where they experiencing that same discomfort, that same trauma. That's horrible, bro. But it's like that's one of those things where those people, a lot of the time, those people don't understand. They can't identify what it is. Like I said, it doesn't make nobody less than that they couldn't identify it. It don't make them like a bad person or stupid or anything. But it's like that shit trauma. I learned that. I seen that in people that I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they'll do things that you don't agree with. You like, no way, bro. No way you doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know it's gonna be a bad situation. But then you realize, like, damn, this person don't know what it's like to be comfortable. This person don't know what it's like to be happy. This person don't know these things. So then they sabotage that. Like, you see it, even that. Like, we making a lot of relationship analogies today. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know what it's like to be with a good person, like to be in a relationship with a person that's got pure intentions, that's a great person, that's trustworthy, that's all the things that you want, that everybody want. So then they sabotage themselves by giving that person, and they doing it without even knowing. But it's like, that's the person that really need therapy, because they really need to understand, yo, they hurting themselves, they hurting the people that they love, they hurting the people that love them, you know. That's a tough spot. Tough spot. That's a tough ass spot. Some people with like money problems, you know, they put themselves in situations they overexert themselves. They put themselves in a bad financial situation because they don't know what it's like to be in a good financial situation. Like, they don't know what it's like to be like, the bills is paid, I'm straight. So then they do things to purposely put themselves in a situation to where they won't feel like the bills is paid, I'm straight. That's just the truth. Look at Bink. Bink in the live. Bink came in the live and said, yup. Yeah, she crazy. It's funny because, yeah, that's the funny part about this. You don't never know who in here till they say something. But, yeah, you can't be around people like that, Mariah, for sure. No? Bink in here. Yeah, I think. But yeah, Mariah was saying she can't feel like she feel like she can't open up sometimes because, you know, it's dealt with in a negative way, like, you know, where it cause arguments and all that when you like say something.
In terms of like what, like relationships?
Be anybody, a friend, best friend, cousin, sister. I felt you for real. Yeah, like that's real shit. Yeah, like remember I be saying, like, I was just telling them, like, it's like I always say, like, you gotta be honest about stuff. Like, even if it's something that's bothering you heavy, like, you think sometimes we hold it in because we like, if I say that, it's gonna hurt their feelings bad. But it's like, damn, you sitting there just being put in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? You being put in a situation that you don't like, all because you scared to say something that's gonna hurt somebody's feelings. And it's like, damn, bro, if you love this person, you really want to be around this person, yo, you gonna have to make it comfortable. But a lot of people not mature enough, you know, and that's without saying it. That's not putting nobody down, but a lot of people ain't mature enough or whatever to be able to have those conversations without getting upset. And it's like, so what? If they get upset, so what? Like, I gotta be comfortable, bro. Like, if that means I told you and you just don't want to mess with me no more, at least I'm comfortable. I gotta be comfortable. So, it is what it is. But you'll know if you're in a position, in a place to even have that conversation. You'll know. And like I said, you're only going to have those conversations with the people you trust and love anyway. Like, you're not going to have that conversation with somebody you just small talking with. Who are they? I don't care, bro. Like, that person, that's a person I'm just cutting off.
Yeah, you don't care about that.
I don't. Yeah. So it's like, if you having a, you know, if it's a situation that you love, that's the only reason you're even having the conversation right now. You're commenting. And when you comment these things, Mariah, and anybody else that's commenting too, this is something you really feel in your life. So, and you only talking about it because it's the person you care about. If you didn't care about them, you wouldn't be having this conversation. You would have forgot they even did the shit. Mm-hmm. Even when you try to give advice to someone, they think you coming off as like being mean, but it's not your intention to make them feel some type of way. And those people, they just not ready to move past whatever it is that you're giving them advice on. You know, they feel like you being mean. Like, we always like, look, this is another relationship example. Like, sometimes you'll be in a relationship and you'll be just venting about what's going on in that relationship, and you'll be like, yo, bro, or yo, whoever you talking to, like, this shit, yo, sis, like, this is not a good situation. Get up out of there. Dog tweaking, shorty tweaking. And then it's like, yo, they get upset. You know, when you're in a bad relationship, people need to realize this. When you're in a bad situation, bad relationship, Yo, Chris Benjamin was good, Brody. I appreciate you pulling up to the live. That's how it seems to be most of the time. Hell yeah, bro. Like when you're in a bad relationship, sometimes you'll be venting, and then the person that give you advice, and then you just like you kind of say, I don't want to hear it. I've been there. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I done said that before. Like, oh nah, that's not the thing I wanted to hear. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me how to get through it without that. Like that might the advice might have been, look, this ain't gonna work long term. Leave. You're gonna be like, nah, bro, how can I fix this now? How can I fix this where we still work out? You know what I'm saying? But no, bro. But like I said, that person's not ready to move past that situation. So like if they feel like you being mean, you know what I'm saying? That person's just not ready to move past that situation. They not ready to look in the mirror or whatever. So it's like, nah, you know. And so like I said, you know, people obsessed with being traumatized a lot of the time. Me and my man was having that conversation about relationships. I don't know how this turned into a lot of relationships, but I think because the initial thought in my mind about this whole traumatized thing was that whole people were saying, oh, they'd be at their wedding and still not trust somebody. And I saw this on Twitter over and over and over. I wrote this down, this idea a while ago. And now I just now doing it. And now, like I said, so now it's just coming up relationship. And I forget the initial point I was trying to make when I started that. But what did I say before I said that? You weren't hearing it.
You said
Bef-
something
bef-
about
Before I went into the tweets and all that.
relationships.
I don't know, man.
If they want us to talk about it, they gotta tell us because.
I don't know, man. It's whatever. I lost it. Maybe y'all got it. Y'all can let me know. Give me a refresher. You crazy. But yeah. People obsessed with being traumatized. Relationships.
I need that.
I don't know. Oh, me and my mans, we was talking about
Oh yeah.
we was talking about
Relationships.
yeah, we was talking about how people, I can't understand how people would be in these relationships where it's like bad, like people arguing all the time, fighting, cheating, all this types of stuff, and they'd be like, oh my god, bro. But see, I've been there. That's why I know I could never do that again. But a lot of people that haven't been in that situation, they think that is what's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being in a relationship and I was feeling like, man, that's how it's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be hard. We got to work through stuff. It's like, no. I learned that a lot, and learn from me. Hear this from me. I said this to y'all multiple times. My relationship is perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'll be chilling. I don't argue. I don't do, we ain't in nothing. I'll be chilling. I ain't never had to wake up like, oh man, hopefully we stay good today and we don't argue. I ain't never had to hear something and it's some type of disagreement or something where we getting upset at each other and I'm like, damn, bro, we was good. We was good today. We was good all day. Like everybody that been in relationships, y'all probably know if y'all had one of those types of relationships. You know, but you learn from those and you learn, oh nah, I could never do that again. Hell no. But I got some, you know, I'm empathetic for the people who had, you know, that's in that moment right now where they don't know. People also experience loss and be feeling like they're going to keep on losing everything in life, so they have to doubt and fear every day. Damn, that's a boy, you done dropped one. Mariah, you done dropped one. You done dropped the gem right there. Experience loss and feel like they, you know, they going to keep on losing everything in life. And that's also the self-sabotage thing that I was talking about. Like you think, oh, well, you're going to be in that bad situation anyway, so fuck it. I'm not going to put myself in the best situation to win. I'm not going to put myself in the best position to win. When you, like you said, you talking about with people will be like, well, people going to leave anyway, so I'm going to just do whatever I want. They be in a relationship. Oh, you know, you going to dip on me anyway. You never going to ride with me or you going to cheat on me. Me and my mans be talking about that too. Like, the in the world right now, like cheating has become so normalized. Like people just expect everybody to be cheating, and it's like that's not the truth for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be cool to know the actual number on that, like the actual percentage. What's the percentage of relationships you want to leave before I leave you? Bank the geek, man. You want to leave before I leave you? Yeah, like for real though. Like that's a fact. Shit, we seen Spencer or All American bugging out like that. Leave before I leave you. He was talking about why everybody leaves, so then he starts sabotaging relationships. That's a fact. You like, man, they gonna leave anyway, so fuck it. I'm just gonna do this and I'm a dip. or I'm gonna make them leave. You know, doubt and fear every day. That's a real one though, man. Like we was talking about with the financial thing, like you like, oh man, this is, you so used to losing everything that you just like scared every day. You scared to make any move, scared to spend $1, you scared of all these things. We talked about the scarcity mindset, yo. Y'all seen my video. Everybody that ain't Spencer be getting me tight. That's a fact. And he finally went to therapy. But like, that's what y'all seen. I made a video on scarcity mindset. If y'all ain't watching, make sure y'all go check that out because I dropped some game in that. I talked about a lot of my experiences and why I experienced that whole scarcity mindset and how I'm working to get through it. If y'all ain't check that out, check that out. Scarcity mindset video. I forget, I said the scarcity mindset will keep us all broke or keep us broke or something like that is the title. If y'all ain't watching, make sure y'all tap in. That was a great video. It was cool to record because it was in a moment where I was really starting to notice, damn, this is something I deal with. And I was like, okay, let me make a video on it. I'm used to making videos and songs and all that when it's like I already kind of went through it. And now it's like, okay, I learned from it. But nah, now I've been like trying to focus on whenever I'm feeling something, let me make that video now. Let me do that right now before I even have the answers. Y'all might drop some answers in the comments. Or, as I'm getting answers, I can make more videos or I could comment back to those things. But I just want to be vulnerable in the moments that I'm actually feeling that. Talking about it, I can learn from it. I can watch it back and I can say, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Self-awareness is key. But it's cool to actually document it in that moment. And it could help people that's actually in that same position versus me just saying, all right, y'all, I figured it out, y'all. Let's do it. Let me tell y'all everything. Let me help y'all get through it. When it's like, I just now started to figure it out. I just now realized that I have it. I'm experiencing it. Let me talk to y'all while it's happening. Nah, y'all let me know, man. Y'all ready for more of these videos where I'm going to be dropping advice, I'm going to be giving motivation, I'm going to be inspiring, I'm going to be more vulnerable about a lot of stuff that happened in my life and, and just sharing stories, man. Just learning more every day. I'm excited for it. Y'all let me know, man. How y'all feeling? Y'all excited about that? Because like I said, we going to be back. We're going to drop these long forms next week, this week coming up right here. And we back in the game. We locked in. Like I said, I never left. So let me get that correct. The lives, I stepped away. Y'all know that. But, we back in the game, and I'm excited about this. This been a phenomenal live. I damn near was scared that I lost it, y'all. But I know I ain't lose it. It's been there. It's just I haven't been focused on making the content around it, so that's why. People feel as though they have to always behave in the same way since something traumatic happened in their life, so they stay stuck acting out. Yeah. That's sad, man. Like I said, when you love somebody too, for sure, that's sad. You don't want that's sad to watch, cause you want to keep them here. This was an amazing live topic, and I'm glad you feel that way because I could tell by your comments and your questions and everything that this is something you really relate to. So I feel like this was perfect timing. I was meant to do this live right now. So even Bink was commenting shit. So she must be Let me find out. Bank experiencing something she can relate. Yo, she done popped in the live, man. She done commented. She probably was in here for a minute. But yeah, this was perfect timing. And like I said, I just be writing down these ideas. I just be, I write down notes. I take notes about ideas that I had, whatever, at certain points. And then sometimes I'll look through. I just look through the list and then I'll look at it and then I'll say, okay, this is something I want to talk about right now. And for some reason, this is something that stuck out to me right now. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And y'all fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I was like starting to get worried. I was like, damn, I ain't did a live in a minute. I feel like I might be rusty. And yesterday was a coming back live. It was a bounce back live. But I was kind of just talking about things that I was going through. And, just certain experiences that I was having in terms of my career as a YouTuber, as a music artist, and just learning from it, man, a lot. Like, I was talking to y'all a lot about, like, focusing on my one thing. Like, I said I would get confused a lot of the time, and I would think, okay, I'm doing YouTube, so I'm still doing the same thing. But in the reality, I wasn't, because I kept switching the content, the focus of the content, finance, you know, mentality, music business. It's like these different sectors. Like I made the example about like, say if you work at um you work at Google, right? But this year you work in the for the last 5 years you worked in the financial sector, the financial department, right? Now you leveling up, you climbing the ranks, right? You've been there. Now, next year you say, you know what? I'm done with the financial sector, whatever. I want to go to the marketing sector, right? Let me go to the marketing department. But you're gonna start at the bottom again. You working at the same company. You at last year you was able to say, oh, I work at Google. This year you able to say, yeah, I work at Google. But you work in a completely different department, and you got to start from the bottom again. And you might be upset about that, but the truth is, that's how it works, and that's how it works on YouTube as well. And I was switching a lot, and it was like, damn, bro, that ain't happening no more, bro. This is my gift. I'm leaning into it. We about to run it all the way up. Yeah, perfect time, and I've been through all the stages of trauma that I experienced myself. Yeah, so this is a perfect example. I still be uncovering, unveiling some new shit that I got from whatever, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Some things ain't, everything. Trauma is trauma. I was about to say some things ain't as good, ain't bad, and some things ain't good. But trauma is trauma. Regardless of how you wrap it, regardless of how you look at it, trauma is trauma. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that you need to work on and grow so that you can be better every day. Like y'all know, man, I love growing. I love becoming better. I love figuring out new things about myself, life, other people. And that's why I got something coming for y'all too. Some content that I'm about to be dropping for y'all. I'm scared as shit. I'm gonna be honest. But it'll make sense. And I'm excited. But yeah. Y'all gonna see. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn a lot. And I'm telling y'all, I'm just figuring out how can I become better. I just seen a video today of some boy. He was saying like he feel like in his life that it's easier for him to he don't have as much interest in becoming better at something as he does at trying new things. And I was like, damn, you got this rock. I appreciate you, Mariah, for real. But like, it was crazy when he said that because literally I remember talking to Kay and I was like, yo, am I too ambitious? And I want y'all to listen to this. I want y'all to really hear that out. And y'all can ask yourselves the same question. Am I too ambitious? Because like I said, he just said sometimes he has more fun learning new things than he does getting better at something. And man, bro, and me switching the content so many times is an example of that. Trying new things is scary. But listen, Mariah, I'm going to tell you this. From my own experience, I'm the type of person that my confidence is so ridiculous, right? And I get so interested in something. I'm like, damn, that's cool. And then my confidence is so crazy that I'm like, I could be the best at that. I could be the best from jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me anything. You could be like, yo, we about to go play golf. I never played golf. I played mini golf. I try to hit the long ball. I ain't good at it. I'm trying to go to top golf. But I never really been on a course, right? But if you say, yo, let's go play golf, I'm like, even though I never played it, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be the best. Give me a little bit. I'm gonna be tough. And so like, but that's the ambition. So once I feel that, my confidence, it seems interesting, cool, let's try it. My confidence says I'm gonna be the greatest. Now guess what? Now that I feel like I'm gonna be the greatest, now I gotta go hard. And I dive deep. You know what I'm saying? To where now that's all I'm gonna wanna do for a little while. Until I'm interested in something else. And so that's a problem I have. Like I said, it could be a problem, it could not be, I don't know. Depending on what I wanna do. I wanna grow as a YouTube content creator. I wanna grow as a music artist. This is something y'all know I've been doing it for a while, but it's something I want to grow at. I love this. I want to do this for a living, full time. I want to do this every day of my life. I just talked about this. Like, I felt like even if I was like, I'm done, like, I always felt like no matter what, I would always be like, I want to document this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I said, fuck it, I'm going to go do this. If I said, like, remember I made them vlogs and I was like, I'm gonna quit this and I'm gonna go to college. If I went to college, you don't think I'm gonna document it? Just naturally, that's who I am. So I was like, nah, I want to do this. So I'm going to do this, but I got to lock in. No more switching it around. No more flip-flopping. I'm leaning into my gifts. And I'm going to make this shit happen. Putting in the work do scare people too. Because they feel like it's not going to work out. They think about the possibilities that it might not work out. That's a fact. That's true. That's true. People get scared that they're going, people get scared that, they might waste their time. But you got to think, man, I think the fear thing, a lot of the time, people think there's a safer alternative. I think that's the problem. Like, why does, if somebody says, oh, be a YouTuber, go make content for a living. The reason people are like, oh, that's scary, like, it's risky. Why? And you think about it and you're like, why? Because the world told everybody if you go to college, you get a degree, you're going to be straight. But it's not true. We see so many people that got college degrees that ain't did nothing. So it's like, that's not foolproof. So that's a risk too. And you taking out loans. It's a risk. It's all a risk. So it's like, what are we talking about? Like, when people say, oh, I'm going to play it safe. I say this, bro. Like, it's cliche, but like, yeah, we really do only got one life. How do we know what's safe? You might do something and be unhappy completely. That's not safe, bro. You got one, bro. You got one life, bro. Like, literally, like, you gonna say, oh, I'm gonna play it safe my entire life. And then you do that, and then later on, you realize you still die, bro. That's just how it works, right? And then it's like, what was the point of doing that? What was the point of being unhappy your entire life? If you still, at the end of the day, gonna die, bro. That's what it is. So what is the point? I want to do what I love, bro. Real shit. I want to do what I love every single day, bro. The thought of doing something I don't like every day that's crazy. That's terribly scary. I don't want to do that ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's never been in my mind at all. My life, my mind, I never thought, okay, I'm gonna just conform. I'm gonna just go do what everybody said was safe. Like, you don't get another chance, bro. So it's like, what are we doing this for? It's not like, oh, I play it safe and then I just continue, I get a second life. No. I get a second life to be risky. No, bro, that's not how it works. So it's time to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? At anything you want to do. Now, if that's school, cool. Like, I'm not against school. I think a lot of people hear what I say and they think, oh, he against school. No, I'm not against school. I'm not against working a 9 to 5. I'm not against nothing. I'm against doing what makes you unhappy. I'm against doing things that's not going to have, make you feel good about yourself. That's why I try to stress people to do the things that make them happy. That's a fact. Like, you got to. You have to, bro. Like, and that's why I say, how do we know what's safe? Like, you go to college, you work a job, and then you say, okay, I'm going to work all the way until I retire, but you got to hope that you saved enough money. And when those times come that you like, man, my back, I can't work, you going to wish that you kind of, you had a way to make money without having to strain yourself. Man, you going to wish you was able to make more money. It's a lot of things like that. That's like, that's why I say, it's no safe. There is no safe. My back. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no safe. There's no safe. None of this is safe. I'll be saying that right now. So, you know what I'm saying? You in your 20s. Imagine being 65, 65, 70. You know what I'm saying? Your back ain't gonna feel no better. Of course, we gonna, we work out and all that, keep ourselves right as much as we possibly can, but come on. That's why it's like, nah, bro. You gotta be happy. This shit, it's no safe. There's no safe, no matter what option you take. You go to school, you get out, and you try and get a job. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to do what you want to do for life. You want to live. You want to live the life that you always dreamt of. You want to do what you dream of doing every day. Do it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a lot of time. The thing with school is that if you go to college, it's kind of a distraction because you feel like, okay, for the next 4 years I'm in school. Like, I'm cool. Like, I ain't got to work. It kind of delays the thought of having to figure out what you want to do. So a lot of people take that route. So it's you know, I get it, but that's why I say, man, you ain't gonna have it all figured out. You're not. So it's like, all I can say is, man, do what you love every day. Wake up, do that. What do you say to people who stress about how they're gonna make money at the moment? Now, I stress about it too. Look at my scarcity mindset video. Oh man, how I'm gonna make this? How I'm gonna make that? How I'm gonna get that? Now, at the moment, like I said, I'm a content creator. I make music. I work a job. So I'm gonna be making some money in that moment. I'm able to work. Like I tell people, bro, listen, this is the first time I'm telling you, bro. Look, do something that you can easily relax. Like you can still, you can have flexibility. Do it, pick up shifts when you need to, when you want, when you need to. Um, you know, you gotta, do stuff like that, and that way you don't have to stress yourself. You can be there when you need to be, and then you don't have to constantly be like, damn, if I don't go, I'm done. Like I'm gonna just be fired. Do something that you can do like that, and then so you can make money in the moment. And it's like, that's why I also look, man. Everybody know me, man. I know everybody's situation is different, but I'll be like, limit your expenses as much as possible. We young, we don't have kids yet. I don't have kids yet. Limit your expenses as much as possible. Whatever, exercise every option you can to save money. Because the way I look at it is, right, I just said, I work a job where I'm able to pick up shifts when I need to, when I want to. I don't want to put myself in a situation where it's like, okay, I have to go to work, or I can't pay this bill, or I can't pay that. So I really had that. I'm conscious of that, right? And and with that being my reality, I'm able to focus a lot on my career, my craft, what I want to be better at, what I want to do long term, and put a lot more time into that. A lot of my energy, a lot of my mind, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my thoughts. Because working a job, a lot of the time, if you don't like it at all, like, and also, yeah, that's another thing. Do something that you won't mind doing. That was something that was big for me when I was looking for a job. Like, do something that if every day you go in, you're not going to be like, oh my God. Because then you're going to want to quit as well. Do something that you don't mind doing as much, and something that gives you the flexibility to be able to not have to be there all the time. You can put yourself down. You can pick up shifts when you kind of really, when you want to. You know what I'm saying? When you need to. And yeah, man, just put a lot of energy into this. When you work those jobs, a lot of the time, yeah, it'll have you come home and you like, oh my God, fuck, I don't feel like doing anything. I know that, And like I said, everybody's situation different. Not everybody able to keep their expenses super, super low. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't have the option to live with their parents. Some people don't have the option to not have a car. Some people, and I'm aware of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta, but that's something to be aware of. So the things that you can control and you can limit, try that. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what those things are, and try to limit that expense as much as possible. And then, yeah, at the end of the day, we don't want to work jobs. If we have this dream, we want to make content for a living. We want to make music for a living. We want to have a business that generates revenue for a living. We want to do that only. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, feeling defeated at the end of the day sucks for real. Know that though. That's a fact. Like, it's like, that's what it is. So it's like, yeah, just lean into that, and then keep those things in mind. Try to limit your expenses as much as possible so that you can limit the amount of times that you got to put into that job. And just, yeah, man, keep your mind clear. Keep your mind positive, and keep working on that thing that you say you love doing so much and you want to do it. Don't ever put that to the side. Don't ever let that become secondary to the job. You know what I'm saying? Never let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Focus on this primarily. Put the work in that it takes to be better and to, grow and elevate in this. And then, yeah, just keep putting that work in, and over time it will happen. Don't do what I did, where I said, and if you want to make content, don't switch the content. And I'll be honest, I was when I was switching the content a lot, it wasn't that I was like, oh, I'm done with this whole YouTube thing. What it was that I was looking for something that was just gonna blow up. I was looking for something that was going to work out faster and not take as long than as like what I was doing before that. So like, rather I was going from the music business content to, oh, this was taking a while, to, okay, I'm gonna go into finance because I feel like I can blow up faster, whatever, or make more money. You know what I'm saying? Like that was that. Like, so every time I would switch, that was the case. I was looking for something to just blow up, and I learned that's not the case, man. I gotta lean into my gifts, and my gift, like I said this a bunch of times. My gift is to give advice, motivate. I can inspire. I show y'all through my work ethic that, you know, I put a lot of work in, and when I love something, you can accomplish it, and that's what we're about to do. And I appreciate everybody that's along this journey with me. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep showing up. We're gonna keep giving insight. I'm gonna keep helping y'all in the best way I possibly can. Like I said, we're gonna be learning a lot. I got a lot of great content that y'all can learn from me. I can learn from y'all. We're gonna learn from other people in the world, all around the world. I'm excited for this. And I hope y'all are too. You feel me? Like, if y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And you know, we on this journey. We finna run it up. I'm about to hop off this live though. I'm gonna answer this one. I caught myself switching up my content a lot too, thinking there's people that would like what I do instead of doing things I really like doing. That's a fact, and that's gonna burn you out the fastest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I learned too. Let me just follow a wave. Let me do this because this works. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm putting myself in a position where maybe I like the ultimate goal, but I don't like the exact content that I'm making because of the way I gotta do it, the way I gotta structure it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I just heard somebody talk about that too. A lot of the time, we get caught up in this content thing where it's not about the joy, it's not about the fun, it's not about the excitement, it's not about the creativity, and it becomes about the analytics. It becomes about click-through rates. It becomes about views. It becomes about likes, comments, shares, all these things, and we lose our creativity. And so I've been learning that a lot. And I realized that, yes, it becomes about that. And oftentimes we hinder our creativity because we feel like, oh, nah, I can't do that because analytically it doesn't work. You know, the data over time shows that it just doesn't work over time. But nah, man, no more of that. Lean into your gift. Do what you love. Continue to elevate. Continue to grow. Continue to own your own shit at all times. Y'all know the vibes. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping into the live. And everybody that stuck through this entire live and dropped y'all insight, dropped the comments, all that, I appreciate y'all. And all the people that's going to be on this journey with me, rocking with me. We're going to continue to grow, continue to elevate, continue to grind, continue to own our own shit at all times. You know the vibes. But I appreciate y'all. I'm up out of here, man.